step this foot on that inside foot of yours right there.
Okay, right here.
That's what I want to get this foot to that. That's the
track?
The track, right?
Okay.
I know on inside zone, if I got a 3 technique, I'm also going to, I have inside support here by the center, usually.
Okay.
There are some instances on some plays where the center.
If he has a nose?
The nose should be backside. I'm saying if there's a 3. Now if you got a bare front,
then
there's different. Then you are man on man. You might go a little bit less. Okay. But Stout always says 6-inch lateral lead step. So you're going to step over the board here, and then I'm striking here, right? Okay. So and I want double under.
Double under.
That's what I like, right?
Okay.
So if I'm coming here, and normally I'm center, but it carries over, so you're boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Right?
A double under. Okay.
Double under, right, like that.
And you're actually getting up under their chest plate, their breastplate, right?
They have that breastplate that comes right here.
Yeah.
I ideally want to have that up under there, and I have it
get them so
up.
they're off their strength. So
yeah, you're trying to out leverage them, right?
Yeah.
And then once you're engaged, you're driving, you're boom, boom, continually trying to work that in.
And that's what you're working your duck walk.
Yep.
Okay. Do you guys have a lot of drills you work on the duck walk?
Not really. We'll do a lot of stuff under, what are those called, the chutes? We used to do a lot of that.
Yeah, stay low.
So you have to do that kind of under there.
Okay, okay.
There is we used to have these sandbags. You hold the sandbag, and you kind of walk, or you do like a pass set in it.
Oh, okay.
You just have to hold that.
And you're holding that position right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what if I line, let's say we're running inside zone, you're a guard. So I guess I should say this. Here, and conceptually, I'm thinking inside zone. I'm thinking as a running back.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the inside leg of the guard. Is that how you guys teach it? Or
so
that's my first path, and then my second path would be to bend it.
So if it's gun, our aiming point on gun run inside zone, the running back is aiming for the front side hip of the center.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
so
the aiming point.
A little bit inside. Okay.
We're starting with the first linebacker as the read.
Okay.
Okay. So he's coming here. He's reading the front side linebacker. If he stays front side, he's reading the backside linebacker and feeding off of the B block backs. Or the whatever you want to call it.
If he's a linebacker coming down, he's probably going to bounce a little bit.
Basically, what happens is a lot of times especially on gun inside zone, 9 times out of 10, it's cutting back to that backside double team. So what happens is on the 4 down front, this frontside backer, he starts feeling that, and he starts cheating the drill and falling back to the backside.
Okay.
Well, what happens if this backer wants to get greedy and he comes back here, now nobody's in that front side B gap.
Boom.
So the guard front side will kind of come back into the nose, and they'll eat front side.
Okay. That's actually another thing I was going to ask you on down the line was just what are your general thoughts on the shotgun, sidecar, whatever you call it, versus bending the pistol? Yeah,
I think the pistol's a better. So the pistol's advantage is you're in better relation with the offensive line, right? You can run outside zone, mid zone a lot better from a back right behind the center, whether it's under a pistol alignment. In gun, if you want to run outside zone, it takes a lot longer for this running back to get caught back up with the line.
Okay.
So
timing's a little better.
The timing and the relationship between the line and the back is going to be a little bit off for outside zone. I actually think inside zone potentially is better from the gun because it's already, like by the time he's getting this ball, like we said, 9 times out of 10, it's coming back to this double team.
Yep.
He can get this ball and boom, and he's right off that double team right away.
Yeah.
If that's the way it unfolds. But so pistol, you're not tipping the play away, right? You don't have to deal with, the defensive line knows that when the back's over there, it's 100% run this way. So you have that advantage. And teams are doing a lot more reads and stuff out of the pistol now too. So you can. It used to be, you couldn't do the read options and stuff, but teams are doing it now. So we've tried to move a little bit. Last year we did a little bit more pistol stuff. Try not to tip some things away.
I saw it a little bit,
those are kind of the differences.
My thought on the pistol was they don't know, and then I thought maybe the boot actually under the pistol, maybe it's a little more disguised.
Yeah.
Because instead of being right here, maybe it's a little bit more disguised. So.
It operates more like an under center type run from the gun.
Yeah.
You still get some of the benefits of being in the shotgun in the pistol. The one thing I know that the guys have complained to me about before is the running backs in pistol don't get as good of a view of the defense. Okay. So with the quarterback being right there, and he's closer to you as opposed to being a directly under center run.
Yes.
It's a little bit of a loss in vision, but I think what you're gaining from it is probably a little bit more. You know what I mean? By the time he's getting that ball, he should still have time to react. And but that's maybe one negative I know about the pistol.
Okay. And in terms of a running back, so generally the way that I think about the wide zone is, you know, or actually any zone play, is they're drop stepping and they're setting their track. Like if it's a mid zone, it's, you know, he's drop stepping straight there. If it's a wide zone, maybe he's drop stepping toward the tight end, or and then he's going about 3/4 speed if it's wide zone, and then when he gets the ball, it's full speed. Or do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
I think that makes sense. To be honest, I don't know that much about that part of the running back, quarterback. I know on outside zone, quarterback's got to catch it in shotgun, clear space, but I don't know how much they coach the running back. I think they say everything's about tempo. I think when I hear those coaching points, you want to tempo it, and then once it's there, then you're 100 miles an hour.
Let the line work. Now, so for wide zone blocking,
sure.
You know, so I read different things like it's all the way to give this much ground to not that much. What are your thoughts on, you know, if I'm running wide zone? You know, what do those first 2 steps look like?
I think your first 2 steps are going to be dependent on what the shade is that's playing you, where he's aligned, and then where the linebacker is behind him. Okay, now if I'm a center and I got a shade, I'm not so worried about the linebacker really. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty much blocking this guy on my own, right? He's going to be working with the tackle. But if I'm going with a 3 technique, if I'm going with the head up guy and I got the backside guard coming, all those angles are going to be indicated on where the linebacker is as well. Does that make sense?
Yep. So let's say the linebacker is like directly playing over the center.
So if I got a head up nose and a guy playing right here,
which happens a lot in our league.
Sure, I mean, this is a very standard bare front alignment where you got 2 3s, a shade, somebody right behind them, or it could be a 3-4 spacing with the safety coming down and the backers are bossed over, right? So if I got a shade right here, head up, and I got somebody stacked behind him, I don't need to go that far, right? I got plenty of time to get to this guy. So what I'm going to do, if you're the nose player, my first thing, depending on how you're playing, if you're playing me with hands, I like playing with hands too. I don't like shouldering, especially if you got a guy who's got long arms. If you go to shoulder me with this arm and he's here, you're not going to be able to get this flipper in there to drive it in there, right?
Yes.
But if you're coming at me forward, I'm trying to get you hands, it can be a little bit of a challenge too. So if he's playing me with power, I'm going to come with power, right?
So you're attacking,
and I'm going to go boom and try and rip through this arm right here. This side of the man, right? Knowing I got help coming here on this angle.
Gotcha. So
if you're moving with me a little bit more, well, now I know the back's path. Now I'm going to go on a much more outside zone landmark where I'm going to go here. I'm going to let you come, right?
Gotcha.
So a lot of outside zone landmarks, you want this trail leg, right, the backside leg, to come down the midline of the player, right? So if I'm reach blocking you, I want to be here, boom, right? I want this leg.
What did you do with your right leg? Did you step lateral like this?
Lateral.
Okay. And you didn't give up any ground, you went lateral.
So losing ground is if you need to, you hear this a lot, lose ground to gain ground, right? If I'm out leveraged, so now let's say you're a 1 technique, or let's say you're a 2-eye. So I gotta really, if I want to get to that play side shoulder, I gotta come here.
That one,
You know, I gotta open up and lose ground to try and get leverage.
Makes sense.
If you're right up on me and I can get that right now, it doesn't make sense to come here.
You don't have to do that.
No, I'm gonna get on you right now. Boom.
Gotcha.
You know, 3 technique, guard. Now you're a little bit off the ball, so you're boom, boom, right?
Here, before I forget, here's another point. So the guards, are they lining up Like
How far off?
I'm the center. Are
Yeah.
they lined up on my shoelace? How far back?
So
do
if
you?
you're the center
Yeah.
and I'm our guard, we're right about there.
Okay, your hand.
You're about 2 yards off the ball generally.
Okay, so your hand is.
My hand is right about your
It's right
heel
on
line.
my shoelace.
My
Okay.
helmet needs to be breaking this for me to be legal.
Okay. Okay. That's their thing.
Now we've also done that differently when Howard Mudd used to be the O-line
Oh
coach.
yeah, the old Tennessee guy.
Yeah, Howard, he liked the guards to be a lot closer.
Okay.
Stout wants those guards and tackles, grabbing as much line of the scrimmage, back from the line of scrimmage as possible. So you can get a bigger running start.
Bang.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, I've never taught that double under either.
Yeah, it takes a little bit getting used to.
Yeah.
And like I said, for certain guys, I do think a run block, it's a really good way to generate leverage and power and control.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're here, you have just like, if you get up under, right up under there and sit down, right? That's a powerful position, okay?
Yeah.
If you're coming with hands here, you strike me with hands there, if I come here and get up under you,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the leverage in it,
Yeah.
right?
Get my hips disjointed.
And then when I get here too, you get here, boom, then and I can sit down in this. Now, if you're a bigger guy, you're trying to throw me, right? You're trying to throw me.
Yeah. No power.
Yeah.
No power because I'm standing up. Okay. What about? So I do like to do just some dual backs, under center,
ISO.
smash
Yeah.
mouth,
Sure.
just blow somebody
Yeah, I
up.
wish we did some of it too. Yeah.
I love doing that. That's actually our best play last year. Was this
Yeah.
because I had the monsters on
You
this
had the
side.
guys, huh?
So what it was there? How would their steps be any different as opposed to zone? Is it still just more head angle, get the right angle? Because I was teaching that more of get my hat in the right place, attack,
Yeah.
and then try to, create the hole. But one thing I have trouble with sometimes is the kids will attack, but then their punt goes into the hole.
Yeah. So, and you did this a little bit with the bucket step, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you bucket step, you don't want to do this, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just like when you're here, the worst thing you can do to have a hole over there,
Yeah.
contrary to what you think, is to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And the
Sometimes we
reason
get
is-
in our own.
And I'll show you why.
Okay.
I want this hole to be here, right?
Yep.
I have no, push me this way,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
There's nothing, right?
Yep.
Now, if I'm square, I want that hole to be here, and I'm here, now push me that way.
Ah.
I have all of this bracings, right?
Yes,
So if
yes.
you want to get back over here,
Yes.
if I'm here, now you fight back over the top,
Yeah.
I can just keep pushing this angle this way.
Yes.
Okay? There's a couple exceptions. I mean, if you're talking about an outside zone
Uh-huh.
and you have a center that can reach this guy now,
Yeah.
I do think that's the one instance where maybe turning in the hole is okay.
Okay.
But even then, like, square is better in general. Even when I'm bucket stepping, if I'm trying to reach you, if I come here, I don't have power, right? I'm not
Yeah.
restricting you in that
Yeah,
way
so if
whatsoever.
if I'm penetrating, then you're really
Yeah,
in a bad
it's
position.
nothing. So
Okay.
if I come here, right, and you have to in order for you to keep leverage, you've got to now come over top of me, working on this angle, right?
Yeah, which would be really hard to do.
Yeah. Even if you're an undersized guy, a
Yeah.
bigger guy, it's hard for those guys to make up that type of
Okay.
ground.
That second step is huge, isn't it?
Second step, you always want that second step down before you make contact, if you can.
That's
And that's why
second
center is so hard, in my opinion, because you're right up on the guy. You don't have as much time to get down those feet. So you really got to work hard to get that second step in the ground.
Yeah. Pass blocking.
Pass block.
So
I'm sorry, I don't know if that helped you out on the ISO thing, though.
No.
Similar concept. Even if,
you're attacking half the body.
yes.
Yeah, I
But
like
you-
that. I
But
like
you're also
that.
working on tracks, right?
And
So,
you're still.
so you want to if you're running, are you talking about ISO or like inside zone with a fullback lead?
ISO.
ISO?
Yeah.
So if you're talking ISO, I mean, there should be no turning at all. I mean, this guard is usually doubling back on some backer backside, right? So he should be coming down, boom, knocking that on the center, going right up, right?
You guys do a lot of pin and pull?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
like
do
that.
a lot of that.
Okay.
We're big fans of the skip pull technique.
So skip pull would just be this, right?
Similar, yeah. So on a normal pull, if I'm flat pulling and I'm kicking something out, weight on this leg,
Okay.
okay? boom. And my shoulders are
they parallel?
is that parallel or perpendicular? I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
Whatever it is, you're just flat down the line.
Okay.
If we're doing a pin and pull concept where we're trying to capture an edge, like a G play, which we do a lot of, then skip pull's better. Weight on this leg. So if the play's going here, weight on this leg, and I'm.
And is that usually a tackle and the ends coming down?
It can be a tackle, it can be a center, it can be a guard.
Just
We
depends
teach skip, and yeah, it depends on who's out leveraged, right? So
Yeah.
if I have a shade and I don't think I can reach him, or he's whatever, we want to pull the center. I call Carl for us.
Okay.
Delete that. So then we know what Carl means.
I won't put that in.
But so I'm going to tell the guard, hey, you're down, right?
Yeah.
That's what whatever that word is. And then I'm getting my weight on this leg as soon as I snap, and then my shoulders are more square.
So you actually moved this leg back first. Yep. Well, it was more.
It's actually, so flat pull, you're opening up the way you would normally think to do it. Flat pull is boom, kick out, shoulders flat. Skip pull, I want my shoulders square because I'm going to be pulling and getting upfield. So you're moving this leg first, pushing off of this leg.
Okay, so you went this way and driving off that.
And that could be a tackle, he's here.
Okay. Yeah, so if somebody's head up over here or a 3 technique in that situation, if somebody's on the other side, then you don't need to do that, right?
Yeah, if somebody's head up, you're just going to man block them.
Yeah, just man block.
You're just going to say, hey, so like if I got a head up shade, we have a term for the guard. Hey, it's your call. You do whatever you want. I'm blocking him. Man, right? So I got him man, and then you either can pull, if you have a 3 technique, tackle block down.
Yeah.
If that guy's wide on the tackle and you think you can go through and get the backer right now, just go through. Just go get him.
Okay. On the combo blocking, so the rules that I like to teach, tell me if I'm messing this up.
No, go ahead.
So I think for zone blocking, I think, okay, first of all, I've got my zone.
Yep.
If I have somebody in my zone, whether it's a linebacker threatening the blitz, whether it's if I'm a guard, it's a 3 technique, whatever. If there's somebody there, I got them.
Yep.
If there's nobody there, then I look to my backside to double team with, like, if I'm a guard, to be a center on the nose.
Yeah.
And then if there's nobody there, then I'll attack the linebacker.
Yep.
So rule number 1 is my zone. Rule number 2 is nobody's there, so I'm going to combo block, build a wall, and take him to the linebacker. Hip to hip. So the center, if I'm the guard right here, we're pushing. Do you do much? I don't really teach this to the kids, to kind of launch yourself off to the linebacker.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's not taught as much as it is. It just kind of happens naturally, right? If you're given help, you like push off. So what you're saying is exactly the way it is in our book. And I don't even. So you have your playbook definitions, and then you have your on the field. I'm just playing ball, right?
Yeah.
So playing definitions. Center has 0, guard has 1, tackle has 2, and really what it'll say is center has play side gap, comma 0. Front side guard has play side gap, comma number 1. Play side tackle has play side gap, comma number 2, right?
Yeah.
And it's all numbering based on where's the center make the point, right?
Yeah.
If this is the point, okay, that's 0,
So he's
right?
0.
1, 2, right? And you're always inside out. So if the nose is here, he's 0. Linebacker's 1, ends number 2. Okay?
Gotcha.
So if you're the guard, you have play side gap, comma number 2. You have a shade on the center, open B gap, and end outside, right?
Okay,
So it's standard 2-man surface inside zone. Okay? My play side gap, nobody's in it. Okay, where's number 1? Okay, 0, linebacker's number 1. That's my guy. Can I help the center? Is this guy, if he's a G, then we can double that G up to the number 1, right? If he's too loose, then it might just be a step, secure for the tackle, make sure nobody's spiking, and just go get your guy.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing.
If you have 3 technique, right? So 3 technique, and I'm the center. Okay, my rule, play side gap, 0. Okay, now the backer's 0. He's 2, that's 3, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to step my lateral, 6-inch lateral lead step, indicate the 3 technique. Does he stay number 1, or does he become
Or
0,
is he
right?
coming down,
If
yeah.
he comes down, now he's 0, and he's in my gap. So now, and if he comes down, now the guard knows, oh, now I got this backer right here, right?
Yeah.
So it's all the same thing. I never go on the field and say, okay, inside zone, okay, what's my rule? Okay, play side gap, comma,
You're
0.
You're just using common sense on alignment, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just, okay, hey, it's inside zone to the 2-man surface. Okay, tackle's got the end. Okay, if he's a 3 technique, I got to open a gap. Where's this guy at now? Where's the backside? Is the nose guard back here really tight to me? Yeah. Do I want to work a backside guard combo? If he's looser, if he's looser, now, okay, I can't help him, so I'm going to indicate this 3 technique. If he stays out, now I'm climbing to get the backer.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right.
But I think it's what you were just saying is exactly the way it all goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so big thing is that second step, double under.
Well, and then if you're hitting mate, and this is what we really, we want to try and design as many runs as we can to get double teams. That's what we really want to do, right? So the best block that you can get on the inside zone play is that backside guard tackle combination.
Yeah.
Right?
Build the wall.
And we're a big flipper team. So if you're a backside guard, you run the inside zone this way.
Yeah.
This guard, you're the 3 technique coming down.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. So
You're throwing that thing from your hips.
Yeah.
And raising. And the backside tackle, he's coming in and pushing that car up the hill, right?
Yeah.
On the same angle as that flipper still.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. You know Jim McNally?
Yeah.
I was watching his. I did a clinic of his, and
I actually filmed some back in 2009 or 10. He was filming a clinic tape.
it might have been that. Well,
And he was using me, Jeff Linkenbach, who played in the league for about 6-8 years, and Chris Jerk for the tape.
Okay.
Maybe Trevor Canfield too.
Yeah, the one I saw, you weren't in it, but
Yeah.
I watched his flipper technique. I watched his double under.
Miles,
He
so-
had a shoulder. What do you call it? A shoulder. Nah, he had a name for it. But
So
yeah.
Jim's got a lot of outstanding techniques, and Stout has taken a lot of what Jim has evolved throughout the years and applied it to his system. So we do a lot of Jim.
I was
McNally
watching
stuff.
the right guy.
Jim's one of the best you can watch.
Okay, because I've watched his clinic over and over and over.
If you want to, and even Jim can teach outside zone too. But I mean, if you could even get, I don't know if there's any footage out there, but freaking dude that's in Cleveland, who's been all over. Why am I blanking on his name right now? He's an awesome teacher of the outside zone play. God damn.
I've been mostly watching Jim and.
You can't go wrong with Jim. Jim's a great teacher.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of I got this module. It's a long.
If you did all the Jim stuff, you'd be doing it right.
That's what I'm doing. It's a long list, man.
Yeah, that flipper. So you take that lead, and then right when this foot hit, pow, right?
Okay.
That second steps down, you're boom. And Stouts likes to say, like, you're pushing an angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're double teaming this guy in inside zone,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where I said the backer's alignment dictates the
Yeah.
angle,
It
not.
might be here, but it
Yeah,
might be
if
over
he's
here.
all the way over there,
Yeah.
hey, I got to get going, buddy. I can't be thick here, otherwise he's going to undercut me for the play.
Yeah.
So I'm here now. I'm waiting for this guy to come. If he comes, I'll flipper it on the way up. But my eyes are here. They're not on the 3 technique. If that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
I think one of the challenges I'll have too, I'll have to really work the kids, is having them keep their eyes up.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get so engaged with pushing this guy rather than,
Know what your assignment is. If your assignment's the down guy, and don't get me wrong, you got to take care of first level, second level, of course. But your eyes are probably the most important thing as to like what you're doing and where you're going, right?
Okay.
So if I'm double teaming here, I'm not even looking at this 3 technique. I might take a peek just to see what his body language is, but I'm looking at that linebacker, and I'm boom.
Okay.
If I'm playing center, and I got a head up shade, and I got a backer straight behind him, I'm looking at this guy first. But once I get here, I'm already. I'm not worried about this guy anymore, right?
Okay.
I know that my backside guard's coming for him. And then if he stays backside, right? If he all of a sudden tries to backdoor for whatever reason, then I'm here and I got the nose. If he starts pushing front side, then
In the back should bend it, right?
depending on whether he's going to feed off that guard.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I get a little nervous in a lot of these schemes because they call for not blocking the defensive end. and I run a lot of spread stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes me a little nervous because if that defensive end, if he does this, and it's hard to teach these kids real true RPO.
Yeah.
Like that's not easy to teach little kids.
Oh, no
like,
kid.
Like watch him, and a lot of fumbles, and I like to kind of start just calling it myself. Okay, keep it or go ahead and hand it to him.
Yeah.
But I'm locking that defensive end, which leaves the outside linebacker free sometimes.
So you guys usually block man backside and just let the backer go.
Yeah. Which
There's
makes me nervous, but the
Well, I mean,
alternative is on these ends, they just crash right down the line.
Well, if he's crashing down the line, he should be leaving something open, right?
Should be the quarterback.
If the quarterback's keeping it, he should be able to get there. Now, some of these keeps, and you get a mesh charge, right, where he's not even bending. He's just running right at that quarterback.
Yep.
The quarterback's like, oh, no, is this a handoff? Or
Yeah. And man, that makes seventh graders really nervous.
Oh, I'm sure. It makes NFL guys nervous sometimes. So I think, well, if you're getting into the blocking backside, then you're in the true RPO world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you can have like a little in-bending route, and if this guy's running,
I put this guy over here and run a slant.
Yeah.
We got a great wide receiver, man. He's a stud.
Yeah.
And it's a three-step slant. I'm trying to really watch that backside linebacker. And if he doesn't move, then great.
Yeah.
Stay there. We're gonna run this way.
And we'll even do some, that end bend. You just got to try and find plays that what if this end is bending and making the play, what can I call that's going to take advantage of that? Maybe it's a naked, right? And you don't do a lot of nakeds in gun, right? But if he's bending that hard, you keep it, you get out. You probably run it the other way, so he's right-handed. But you know that. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing on outside zone, the misnomer of losing ground, of opening up.
Yeah, I see that a lot when I'm reading.
Well, you're okay to open the hips, but you should be trying to keep the shoulders square, if this makes sense. So I'm good with, you're going to have to open up a little bit, but it's not this.
So if he's penetrating,
then you have nothing, right? If I'm here, right, and I'm working to kind of get back up to square, and then I have power again.
Okay.
So that was one of the bigger things that, for me, even like a shade, it's not here so much as it is here. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Any like if you had to say 2 drills you could do with kids, would you have any recommendations? Like if I just beginning of practice, they're warmed up, what are 2 good drills to just reinforce technique? Do you have any suggestions there?
Well, I think one of the best underrated drills for pass pro, and I mean really just body control and everything, is just a simple like a push-pull drill, right?
Okay.
So you get into a blocking position on me, right? You're geared up, and you can either start driving me this way or you can start pass blocking. But you start driving this way, right? I'm going to start throwing you. And it forces you to have a base and to grab the ground, right?
Gotcha.
Or if you're doing the pass blocking version, now no hands.
Okay.
Getting your pass blocking like your stagger, right? Like your pass blocking. Now I'm just going to grab here. I'm going to push. You got to brace. You pull. You got to. You know what I mean? You really. You gotta.
Yeah. Okay.
It forces you to be under control.
Okay.
It's a really good body control drill.
Okay. I've never done that.
That's a good one. It's I'll do that before every game because it really activates your core, makes you sit down, engages everything. And then run blocking. I mean, I really believe in working on double team blocks, hitting mate blocks over and over again. You line up a center guard right next to each other. All right, they got a 3 technique over here. Guard's going to work on we call orange, right? I'm coming to help you out, right? If he spikes, we fit it.
Yep.
Drive it up.
Okay.
If he stays out, indicate center goes up. Okay, now we got a G technique. G technique on the guard. Okay, now guard's going to flipper that up. We're going to work on our orange block. Boom! Guard's flippering this shoulder. Okay. And you constantly work on getting in phase with your double teams.
Okay.
Because the double teams for us are the biggest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the stuff you're creating most of the movement on.
Yeah.
Any type of foot over the board. I mean, you set up a board with the defender. Any type of boom, T-board, fit that underneath. You know what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense.
Get into your double under fit drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna really watch their make sure here.
And you can get a little more narrow initially. You can to generate that that pop. You want to boom, 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 and then it's right after. It's almost like you pop, pop, and then get back down to this.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You want to stay up.
What would you say on a pass block?
Pass block.
The battery's
You
at
say like a couple
4%, just so you know.
What's that?
The battery's at 4%.
We're good. We're
Okay.
good. This is why I'm watching this for myself, by the way. I might put like 30 seconds on Instagram, but pass blocking, maybe 2 or 3 things that are really key. So last year in youth league, I didn't even teach pass blocking.
Yeah. You just jump set everything.
Yeah.
Just run block it.
Yeah, but this year I think I would like to do, because I got some routes to take. I still don't know that I want to do 5-step drops with a quarterback.
Sure.
But it's not all just 1 step.
Yeah.
Maybe there's 3 steps. Maybe I'm
Sure.
looking for a mesh or something where I just need an extra second or 2. So I'm thinking that pass blocking might actually help.
Yeah. Sure.
Right?
Well, yeah. If you're going to do that and he's going to get back there, you got to do a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, pass blocking is so different from center to guard to tackle.
Okay.
But the basic concept is your relationship between you, the defender, and the quarterback, right? If the quarterback's at 5 yards, he's catching and throwing, I can be aggressive, right? Because it's the players right here. I'm already pretty much in between him and the defender,
You're
right?
already in good
If
shape.
he's going to drop back to 8-9 yards and then step up to 7 to throw a big play,
Yep.
now I got to really, if I'm a tackle especially, get my ass off the ball to get back in the same relationship,
Yep.
right?
Yep. That makes sense. Yep.
For center, if I got a shade, I'm stepping and I'm boom. And usually less is more, right? I don't want to do a bunch of stuff. The more, if I come here, the more I move all over the place, the more I'm going to get out of position of where that quarterback's at.
Gotcha.
You see a lot of young guys, and you see a lot of guys, shit, I even do it. In a one-on-one drill, if you're the one technique, the quarterback's right behind me. If you go this way, you still haven't had me beat.
Yeah.
Right there, right? If I'm a guard and you're in that position on me, now that's a little bit different. But my center, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
If you're shading me, so I'm here, I'm going to be right like this, right?
Yep.
And then if you go this way, I'm now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
But a lot of guys, the moment you go that way, they think they got to stay in this same relationship. So no, the quarterback's still in the same spot, right?
Yeah. Just
So
slide.
I come here, you move that way.
Yep.
Okay. Now if I'm a guard, always inside out. Stout. What's his coaching point for the guard?